Welcome to the Ferris Show on television. It's nice to have you along. First tonight, nothing is sacred anymore. Literally. Latest example, Pope Francis says priests might be able to marry, even have kids. In other words, that whole celibacy thing might not be a thing anymore. 1,000 years of Catholic tradition could change like that. Here's the quote from the Holy Father. There is no contradiction for a priest to marry. Celibacy in the Western Church is a temporary prescription. It is not eternal like priestly ordination, which is forever, whether you like it or not. On the other hand, celibacy is a discipline. Like a lot of things with the Catholic Church, the original rules go back to money. In the 11th century, the Church reportedly added the celibacy clause so childless priests would leave their money to the Church. And now things might change again. According to the Center of Applied Research in the Apostolate, the number of priests nationwide is down 60% in the last 50 years. This means there's more than 3,500 churches without a resident pastor. For the faithful, God, and by extension the Church, especially the Catholic Church, is supposed to provide a true North Star of morality. However, this change by the latest Pope, by Pope Francis, it's changing the interpretation of what the North Star is on a whole host of issues. Among things, his take on homosexuality not being a sin, communion possibly allowed for people who are divorced, and women in church leadership roles. Admittedly, I am outside my comfort zone here. I was raised without any meaningful religion as a kid. As a former war correspondent, I can attest to the military saying that there are no atheists in foxholes. That said, the lack of sacred beliefs, the lack of unchanging truth extends now beyond religion. Beliefs about a lot of fundamental truths now appear malleable. Beliefs about what makes America, America now appear malleable. Father Gerald Murray is with us now. Father, it's good to see you. I appreciate it. As I said, I'm in uncharted waters and unknowing waters for myself. Is this as big of a deal as it sounds?
Well, the overall picture is a big deal, as you say, because eternal truths are being contradicted, and celibacy, I think, is being devalued. The Pope, when he spoke, he really meant it's a temporal reality, meaning it's for this world. But on the other hand, celibacy goes back all the way to the apostles. It really wasn't invented to, prevent property seizure by children of priests. That's kind of a myth that's arisen. Christ was not married, and that's the main reason why priests don't get married. And I think that's a valuable witness.
How, you say, we can at least agree that these eternal truths that we believe are changing, whether it be in the secular world or in the religious world. How does that work? How do priests and how does the Church continue if the North Star, if the eternal truths keep changing?
Well, truth can't change. Our reaction to it can, and that's what's happening here. Some people basically want us to put aside the teaching of the Church. You mentioned, for instance, that homosexual activity is no longer viewed as sinful by some. The bishops in Germany are pushing this right now, and it's very distressing because this goes back all the way to the Old Testament. It goes back to the natural law. God made man and woman, and he said, be fertile and multiply. That's what sex is about. It's not about other things. So when people say, well, the Catholic Church has to catch up with the times, the answer to the Catholic Church is no, the other way around. The times need to understand that what the Catholic Church teaches is God's truth, and that's going to produce human happiness.
I think about, though, how many people are turning to religion for happiness, for the Catholic Church for happiness. America's belief in God now at an all-time low, 81%. Now down from a high of 98% in the early 1950s. Americans who don't identify with any religion up 13% just in the past 20 years. You can argue this both ways, right? You can argue that there are people who are leaving the Church because they find it too restrictive or not with the times, or the opposite is true, is that simply adapting to the times means that what people crave and need in terms of a direction and of a moral compass, they're not getting. Which one is it?
Well, I think it's that people, it's self-imposed amnesia. They basically say, I know about who Jesus is, but I'm not going to really pay attention to what he's talking about.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.